Tutorial 3. Other search options. In the previous tutorial, I have shown you searching by code, and then by code and manufacturer. There are many ways to enter search criteria, and you can search by any combination of these. As with the manufacturer field, InstaCode's smart predictive typing will attempt to find what you're looking for in all the search fields. You can also activate the drop-down lists and use the scroll bar. First, let's look at key blanks. With this, I choose the key blank manufacturer, and then I type the key blank on the field box beside it, or select the option that I want from the drop-down list. Card number is probably used less often, but can be useful for refining a search for a series that uses a familiar card. Similar to key blanks, I choose the card numbering system from the drop-down list, and then type the card number. The lock system field is a recent addition to InstaCode. The reference of a lock system is defined by the manufacturer and denotes specific mechanical properties. A good example of this is Corbin X class locks. There are two types, System 70 and Pre-System 70. All the lock systems start with the manufacturer's name, allowing you to quickly define the specific mechanical properties that you're looking for. There may be more than one code series that belongs to a lock system, but where the lock system is applicable, the number of related code series will generally be very small. Lock type breaks down into different types of locks. Here I can see vehicle, general, padlock, motorcycle, combination, bit, safe deposit /PO, and custom. In the example I used in the earlier tutorial, Master A102, I would have known it as a padlock, and therefore I could have chosen this option to refine the search further if needed. Key type is used infrequently but can be handy when searching for a specific type, for example laser cut keys for vehicles. The cuts criteria will allow you to specify the configuration of cuts on the key. Most often, the cuts search is used only if you have insufficient other information to provide a helpful search. The InstaCode serial number ISN is the number that uniquely identifies a code series. It's particularly useful for repeatedly finding a series without entering several search criteria. So now I know that if I have a code and any other information, I can refine the search a great deal. Or thinking in a different way, if for example I have a key blank and lock type, I could find out what code series this belongs to, and therefore what card is used to cut the key to code. Let's look at this example. A customer comes into my shop with a lock off a garage roller door and no keys. The lock is marked with the code 012 but has no markings to indicate the manufacturer. I do a search on the code which returns over 200 series in the results. So which series do I choose? I'll need to narrow my search. I know that the lock type would be classified as general, so I enter that and perform my search again. This has narrowed my search, but there are still over 100 series to choose from, so I'm going to investigate further. Upon a detailed inspection of the lock, I discover that there are 5 wafers in the lock, and the keyway is symmetrical, so the key is obviously cut on both sides. Armed with this information, I narrow my search further by searching for cuts 5-5, 5 cuts on each side of the key. Now I have a manageable list of series, just over 10. Using this list, I try the possible key blanks in the lock, of which only one slides in, an Ilco C209. I could open the series now, but just to confirm it is the only series that uses this blank, I add it to my search criteria. Now on the search results screen, I have just one series from my search criteria. I click on Details, and on the Series Details screen, I can access all that I need to cut the customer their key. I'll end this tutorial here for now, as I'll cover cutting keys in a later tutorial.